Hello again, everybody.
You shout it loud, but I can't hear a word you see. I'm talking loud, not saying much.
This time, I wanted to make an episode about how I've been coding the server I'm working on. So, at the moment I'm working on a Bukkit server. It's a survival server, except you can use spells as well. If you've ever played the incredible Mindplex game Wizards, you'll know the kind of thing I'm aiming for. You'll be able to play normal survival Minecraft, but in chests around the world. You'll be able to find wands, and then using the wands you can equip spells and shoot other people, or kill mobs, or crush them with anvils and stuff. It's pretty fun. So, I'm working in Atom, this text editor, this thing, simply because I didn't want to download the 100 odd gigabytes of Eclipse, because my Wi-Fi is too slow and downloading that would take several weeks. But any sane person would be coding Java and Eclipse. I just decided not to. Anyway, I've already got a server. So I'll show you the server at the moment, which I've already worked on a little bit with some friends. So, basically, the server at the moment is going to be survival, but with spells. You'll spawn in here on the top of this hill, with a lot of stuff littered about at the moment, which is not final. And then you'll be able to run down the hill, and then explore some biomes around spawn. It's not finished, obviously. That's going to be changed and it's going to look nice, but there's like jungle biomes, swamp biomes, massive trees. So around spawn we're going to have cool structures like these mushrooms and so on, but then further out into the world we're going to load just default terrain, because no one has the time to build a whole Minecraft world of custom terrain. Like here we've got custom trees because it's near spawn, but further out in the world we won't. And then over here we've got some people's experiments with houses and things. We're thinking of making a plain biome here and having some houses. But anyway, that's the building side of the server, and we want to work on the coding side of the server. What's on the screen at the moment is my current state of the plugin. Which is basically nothing. There's two files at the moment. This is the main one, wizardserver.java. All this does is, when you start the server it says enabled, and it says registering player listener, and then it registers the player listener. And the player listener it registers currently does nothing. A player listener is the bit of code that will check, oh, the player clicked, let's do something, things like that. At the moment it has one event handler for a player interact, which can be used to detect if the player right clicks or left clicks, and that's quite important. If you have a spell in your hand and you left click, you want to use the spell. So this class is the class that decides, oh, the user left clicked, let's activate a spell. Or, oh, the user right clicked, let's show them an inventory. And the first thing I'd like to do is just experiment with what you can detect with an event handler. So say the player left clicks in the air, we do if event, and this player interact event can be used to check, oh, was it a left click, was it a right click? If event dot get action, action is the type of thing that happened, is equal to action dot left click air. The left click air means that the player was just looking up and they clicked. If they click on a block, this won't get activated, because to detect a click on a block you need left click block instead of air. If event.getAction is equal to action.leftClickAir, let's just tell the player, player.send message, I don't know, you left click the air. this thing is just a Minecraft thing that colors it. Let's compile this, and once it's compiled we'll start the server. And it should, if I've done it correctly, if you left click in the air, no matter what you're holding, it should tell me in the chat you left click the air, okay? Let's try that. Alright, so we're in. I'm gonna left click. Oh yes, and see, it tells me in chat you left click the air. Every time I left click, it tells me, but if I go down here, and let me just type in chat so you can see the chat moving. If I left click on a block and destroy it, it doesn't tell me anything. But if I left click the air, no matter what I'm holding, see I'm holding sand now, it tells me I'm left clicking air, which is extremely useful. No, not really. At the moment, it's not doing very much, but this was the kind of thing I did when I was starting, just experimenting with different classes and what they can do. That's not very interesting though, so we'll try to make something more useful. For example, I was thinking for wands, we could use music discs, just because there's... Wait, I think I made a button for it. Oh yes. Just because there's quite a lot of music discs, which means you can have quite a lot of wands. I'm not sure if we'll use the music discs for wands in the end, or music discs as spells. I was thinking to use spawn eggs as spells, because there's a lot of spawn eggs. Let me show you for a second. There's not just this many spawn eggs, you can actually get so many more. For example, you can get spawn eggs of, I don't know, experience orbs, and spawn eggs of items and so on, and all of these can be retextured in a resource pack. And I have a very talented person working on a resource pack. They seem to know what they're doing, and I hope that they'll be able to retexture all the spawn eggs and things, which is pretty difficult, but I have the utmost faith in them. But anyway, I was going to use these as wands, and we'll retexture them to make them look like wands. But if you right click it, it should open up in the middle of your screen some inventory, and inside the inventory it should have spells that you can then click, and it will turn your wand into that spell, so that when you left click again, instead of saying you left click the air in chat, it would fire off the spell. So if you right clicked, you clicked on a lightning spell, then this in your hand will get set to a lightning spell, and then when you left clicked, it would shoot a bolt of lightning at the spot you click at, for example. So what we can try and do next is detect that if the player is holding in their hands a wand, material.gold record. So of course later we'll have to check every type of record to see if they're holding a wand, and I need to import. See, this is why Eclipse is better, because it does all the imports for you, but I'm having to import everything manually. So I just imported material, which gets like the type of item, so material.monster egg, material.water, so on. So if the player is holding, item in hand, something of type gold record, and if event.getType is equal to action.right click this time, because we want to open an inventory, then we can have player.sendMessage. We'll change the color, we'll use a red. You right clicked the air. Okay, we'll just quickly see if this works. Cannot find symbol get type. Is it get action? I forget. I really can't remember. Yeah, okay, it's get action. I'm an idiot. But yeah, okay, now it should work. So anyway, now because we've actually like spelled correctly, left click does nothing. But if I right click on the gold record, which is what this one is material.gold record, record 13 is material.gold record, this thing. So if we right click on this, it should send me a message, you right click the air. Let's try it. Oh yes! See, we get that message? And if we're looking at a block, I'm right clicking now, doesn't do anything. But as soon as I look up and start right clicking, it does something, because it's right click air and not right click block, for example. But we don't want it to send me a message in chat that just says you right click the air. We'd like it to open up an inventory for me to choose spells from. So let's try that. in Bukkit, creating like pop-up inventories is extremely easy. You have player.openInventory, which is the method to show a specific player the inventory, and this player is the one that clicked. So we'll open inventory Bukkit.createInventory, and here's where we create our inventory, and I need to import Bukkit. We create an inventory, no inventory handler, and then the next number is the number of slots in the inventory, and then this is the title. So you know when you open your inventory and it says inventory at the top, ours will say spell menu at the top, and then this number 9, is the number of slots in our inventory. So 1 row, but then 9 columns. I wasn't sure if I actually typed 9 hashtags, but I'll just show you what I mean. We'll see if this compiles. Hopefully no errors. Oh great. Enum expected. Oh, it's because I spelled import wrong. I'm an idiot. Ignore that. You never saw anything here. Those of you who know me will know that I make a lot of spelling errors, but I still enjoy going around and being a grammar Nazi on other people. So basically, if we right click, none of these will work because we've only set it onto the gold record. If we right click in the air, it's 1 column, like 1 row by 9 across. But if we change this number to say 54, which is what we want in the end, 54 is 6 times 9, it will be 6 rows and 9 columns. So yeah, server should be starting, and then when we get in, we'll try right clicking, and it should show us a large chest size inventory. Let's try right click. Oh yes, we get the whole spell menu, and then in here we'll have items like spells to click on and equip, and then yeah, of course we'd have our own classes for inventories in the future, but I'm just messing around for now, just seeing what's possible. Yeah, it works. So anyway, let me know what you think of this episode. Personally, I think it's a bit weird. I'm wondering if I should have done it maybe a bit more tutorial focused, but I'm not sure if that would be as fun. So let me know how you think I should best go about doing this series, like how to build a server. So anyway, I hope you found this somewhat interesting. Not too awkward in those moments where I'm making spelling errors. See you next time. Alright, till the next episode. Bye.